All right, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS of Rule of Wealth that I learned from. And to the hopeful elect, I want to say peace, blessings, and salutations to the, to Yakim, to the Akwaf, and the Israelite foreigners that are the hopeful elect that are scattered. And this is Shaquak Hurrah from GMS, Virginia, coming back again. And I'm gonna title this lesson "Love That Chip on Your Shoulder," and I was just thinking about it because I remember this Issacharite and and this boxer, me and him sparred, and we talked. And he was like, basically, Poppy was like, he was like, yo, I walk around with a chip on my shoulder, and it made me realize, that's how, that adversity, that affliction, that reasoning, that that wanting to get out of here, that wanting to be delivered, wanting the Lord to come back, wanting us to be balanced, wanting, keeping us to be circumspect. We gotta love that, man, because it's like the Lord afflicted Job, but Job kept his integrity. And when you look in the beginning of Job, you can see that it was a test. And that's what Satan does. That's part of the battle. That's a part of this captivity. When you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it tells you that the Lord was going to give us curses that was going to fall upon us. But, the Lord told, they was going to make the 2/3 bug out and, go crazy. Bear with me one moment. But, to the, Lord, where we are, those, the hopeful elect, he gave us that light so we can see amongst all the madness and question and, and wonder what the, why it's thus. So I'm going to start off with Psalms 34, and in the Lord's will, this be edifying. But this is Psalms 34, and Slaki, had to get in a shaded area, man. My fucking AC ain't I gotta get this shit fixed in my car. So I'm just pulled over. So Lord's will, you can hear, the cars or people won't be distracted. But this is Psalms 34 and 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Now see, yes, we are going to be afflicted, but again, you have to love that adversity, those that fight, because again, it keeps us with a chip on our shoulder. See, one reason why, when you look at Jake, you just look at Jake like, man, Jake through, they pathetic. They just think like everything's okay. And I always, even prior to, knowing I was Hebrew Israelite, man, I never really liked anybody who thought that shit was sweet, because here it is, we're underneath the so-called white man, and niggas think they free. But see, knowing this truth, knowing that we are Hebrew Israelites, and we have a special reward, a deliverance, a great deliverance that's going to happen, Salaki, lost my train of thought, but knowing that we have that great deliverance, we have, we're on our P's and our Q's out here to try to get that reward that's been promised and that's been pretty much stamped by Yahweh Shah. So the Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. When you go into Sirach, the 5th chapter, it tells you how not to allow material things to pretty much blind you or mislead you, and don't let your sins, roughly paraphrasing, weigh you down. And also it tells you it was just right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, when you go into I believe it was Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, it talks about the mindset of the 2/3 that really just think that they only have one life to live. So they try to live a delicious life here. And you can just tell, they don't have, you can just look at them and tell that, they're all over the place. They don't understand what's going on. What the hell is that noise, man? Schlocky, man. It's out here in the city, man. But yeah. So it says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. And again, I'm pretty sure Job wasn't in a partying, in this old voluptuously living. And even though he had it, he got afflicted. But even then, it basically was like, hey, he even said it, let me see if I can find it. That's a beautiful one. Yep. Here we go. So let me see if it's any more. This is Job. Yeah, crazy. So Job 2, we understand the account. His woman pretty much was like, yo, curse the Heavenly Father so he can judge you. So he kept his integrity. So Job 2:9, then said his wife, because when you go into it, it tells you how, his skin was plagued. Well, let me see. I'm going to go. Okay, this is the account. So it said, and Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yeah, all that a man have will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. He's going to that test. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. So all over he struck him with boils. And man, I ain't gonna lie, man. My hairline's kind of fucked up. Well, it is fucked up. Going back, that should be fucking with me, man. How you say, my weight be fluctuating, etc. And that can fuck with a man. That can fuck with you, man. Certain things about our blemishes on our body, etc. These are things that can fuck with you. So here it is. Job went from to what he looked like to a fucked up position. If you ever been in a car wreck or etc., and your face or whatever got fucked up, man, that you feel very vulnerable. That shit fuck with you mentally, and that's not a good, well pleasing. A lot of people will lose their integrity. A lot of guys are start drinking, smoking, leading to crack, drugs, etc. Man, So it says, and he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. See that? Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. But he said unto her, this is the point, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh Bashem Washah? See that? Because what's good, especially in our day of time, that we have been given the light. Even though, yes, we came from a fucked up society, we still live in a fucked up society. We're still in captivity. We had to work hard. We get sick. And other, some bitches curve us. It's a lot of things that each brother go through. But amongst this is what he said. Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. So again, he kept his integrity, even though the Lord, blessed him. He was Job was rich. He was considered a rich man. Didn't afflicted him. And I think the next chapter even goes into how Satan kept afflicting him. His skin was fucked up. He lost his cattle. I think, and I also think he lost some of his children, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. So yeah, but in all of this, he kept his integrity, So again, through these adversities, hold on real quick. Let me go back. So it says, going back to 19. Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. See that? So Sirach 36:16, reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. It was something I can't remember. Matter of fact, what was that in James? Yep. So it says, James 5:10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. And again, love that chip on your shoulder, because if it wasn't for that chip on your shoulder, we wouldn't be wanting to labor so hard. That's another reason why the Lord didn't allow us to know that we are part of the elect. All we do is hope, because again, if we, the Lord, really showed us the former things. I mean, I'm talking about the complete, like, okay, who we were. We were, if we knew that we was a prophet, and if we knew that we were the elect, man, come on, man, we wouldn't really, like, we wouldn't have no chip on our shoulder, man. We'll be out there partying just like the 2/3, thinking shit's sweet. So it says, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Verse 11, beautiful. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. See that? So, again, we have to have patience, and endure and love that chip on our shoulder, because it keeps us circumspect in being, being on our P's and Q's and laboring for the Lord. And that's why, through the spirit that the Lord put on us and that chip on our shoulder, that's why there's nobody else out there that comes in the name of any other power or entity or idol or whatever philosophy. They can't fuck with us, man, because again, we have that chip on our shoulder. So we know this is serious. We're not scared of what men can do to us. We don't care about what people say about us. Matter of fact, let me get that Romans 8. Go to 39. One of my favorite scriptures, man. We believe, we stand, and we stand firm upon what we believe, because we know this is the truth. And again, like the scripture says, a man's mind shows what. Let me show you what. I'm gonna get those two. So Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Remember, again, always remember the account of Job. How Satan. Again, another thing too. When you go read about wisdom in the book of, I believe, the Wisdom of Solomon, even in Sirach, in Proverbs, it tell you that wisdom. How you say, she suppeth with you to see if you could be trusted, to take hold of her. So it's always a battle. So again, what happens is Satan and Yahweh does a test to see if you are worthy. And it's a lot of men that fell. It's a lot of men that just forgot. Well, it ain't forgot, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of men that just said, man, fuck this shit. They didn't keep their integrity. They didn't take things into consideration. They wasn't circumspect, and they just fell for the bait. They fell for the trick. So as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. And that's, all these things that we go through, we understand. That's why we have a chip on our shoulder. And I'm not saying, you just, it's evident that, you down and nah. Basically, you have a edge. Like, again, if anybody who really, go to the East Coast, meaning like New York, Boston, Jersey, Philly, whatever, those people really aren't, you don't just go up there thinking shit sweet. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. We're not walking around here like shit sweet, man. Like we got it. Like we know for 100% sure, we got this truth, and not got the truth, but that we got the kingdom. Yeah, we're the elect. We don't walk around like that. So it's a chip on our shoulder because we know the importance of laboring and trying to edify and be on point in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shah. So we don't give a fuck what these people say out here and what people think about us. So, but our main focus is trying to be on our P's and Q's for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So it says, if we are counted as sheep for the slaughter, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I'm persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height or depth, nor any creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh Shem Shah, which is Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, our Lord. And we understand this is Satan's kingdom, spiritual demon Satan, and then Satan, meaning Esau, his physical counterpart, who he deals one how you say, just like Yahweh deals with us, Satan deals with Esau on a personal level. And that test and that is always presented to us, and we understand that nothing that Satan throws out in front of us or happens to us, the spiritual demon Satan, it can't separate us. And we also understand that what Esau, the so-called white man, whatever he does, he can't separate us neither. So this gate. Let me get that real quick. So Sirach 19 and 29, a man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding by his countenance. And when you look at the 2/3 out here, they be having cigarettes. They just got this smirk on their face. They got this arrogant, proud look. Some of them, a lot of them don't have beards on their face. The old man, when you look at the old Jakes, especially them old suit and tie wearing niggas, and them uppity ass bougie, boule ass Jake old niggas, they just got that look to their face like shit sweet. They the ones that got a little bit of money in their so-called bank accounts. They have no variation. They think they got it all together. They think they got the house in order. Those Jakes, man. And when you really look at them, it's like, man, you look at them like, nigga, you think shit's sweet, man. Here it is. There's a constant battle within our minds, to please Yahweh Shem Shah. And then we look at these niggas, it's like it's like they won. It's like these niggas think that like they're actually living in the kingdom, man. And it pisses you off, man. So it says, when thou meetest a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait shows what he is, man. So why, and another reason why I bring this up and do this lesson is because when bros is together, and even amongst your individual walk, when you're not around brothers, people will come up to you, some people talk to you, and you people will talk about you and be like, and if somebody will come up to you, they'll be like, yeah, man, everybody, they say you got a chip on your shoulder. You walk as if, you got a chip on your shoulder, but I think it was one more, but I can't remember, but you pretty much got the point. In the Lord's way, you was edified. Again, love that chip on your shoulder and endure, Always remember, certain things that we go through. And a lot of times too, also remember we deserve this shit too, because again we have to be purged, and the Lord is trying us, and the Lord is making us, purifying us, because again we come from a filthy ass world, and again we are stubborn and rebellious. So again we have to be afflicted to keep us on our P's and our Q's and keep us on our toes. But hey, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.